This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a movie theater, and it's at least drier than where this movie takes place. Man of Aran is a documentary from Robert Flaherty, released back in 1930, set on the Aran Islands off the coast of Ireland. It follows a small community of island denizens, and more specifically, a small family of three, showcasing how they are able to live healthy lives on an island that seemingly offers nothing but a rocky landscape and dangerous amounts of ocean water. There's not really much of a straightforward narrative, instead looking at several different scenarios the people face, from how they create a makeshift farmland to how they deal with the roaring oceans and the waves that crash upon their shores. Also, they go fishing a lot. First and foremost, the movie is clearly a documentary being shot on location with people who I can only assume are natives to the island. However, the movie has a bit of an asterisk when it comes to that distinction for the sole reason that it's got dubbed audio. The featured characters of Man of Aran are seen talking, but the film's audio seems to have been captured or recorded in post-production, or at least separately from the filmed events. It adds a bit of ambiguity about the film's honesty by implicitly putting words in the mouths of its subjects. Granted, what they do say isn't necessarily anything which would be particularly dishonest, mostly just small talk or redundancies regarding what's going on. But it still raises the question of whether or not it should have been done at all, or if some less ambiguous means of this could have been possible. Maybe a narrator? I don't know. I will say that the film's sound design is pretty nice, balancing the louder sounds of nature with the quieter, possibly falsified dialogue. As for the other qualities of Man of Aran, it does a great job at showing the daily lives of the island people, whether they fish, farm, or do otherwise. It's still a bit unclear whether or not what we're seeing is true to life, but at the very least, what we do see appears to be truthful, especially in wider shots that show the greater landscape of the Aran Islands, and just how vast and flat the land actually is. The film shows plenty of these wide shots to contrast the people of the island with the size of waves as they crash upon the shores and cliffs, not necessarily needing to move in any closer to show what dangers they face, simply because of how clear it is. Of course, we do still move in, and it's still helpful in less tense scenes to illustrate life on the island as it happens. These close-up shots are generally used for the dialogue sequences, resulting in a bit of a pattern that alternates between wide and close shots. Coupled with some sound design choices, it causes a bit of sleepiness, which I figure may be another problem with Man of Aran, ethics aside. It focuses on an interesting and underseen part of the world, but while the islands are fraught with excitement, the movie doesn't always follow through on that potential. In the end, this very well may be why the filmmakers may have had to make up their own dialogue. Man of Aran, Robert Flaherty, 1930. 3 stars. I would say that it's worth seeing for the cinematography, but you'll probably be better off bringing your own soundtrack. Anyways, that's it for me. You know what comes next. Like or comment on the video if you liked or commented on it, and subscribe for more reviews. I wonder what the Aran Islands are like nowadays. Hopefully more soil.